Hey, it's Kerry with Divine Radiance, and today we're going to talk about the best way to help those suffering around the world and why prayers just aren't enough in this situation. So I've been asked quite a bit with what is going on over with Russia and the Ukraine and what can we do, right? Praying just doesn't seem like enough right now. So what is it that we can do? Well, there's a very easy solution. Which is allowing God to extend through us. So, as I've talked about in other videos, there are two creative forces in this world, right? The light and the dark, pure nature, impure nature, Holy Spirit, Satan, right? So those are the two. And every time we align with the light, we are extending God through us. Right? And every moment is a choice. Every moment we choose between the light and the dark. Love, fear, forgiveness, condemnation. Right? So every moment we're choosing. And when we choose love, forgiveness, understanding, compassion, God is actually extending through us because that's what God is. So think about it. So, especially when you're using your spiritual gifts, a spiritual gift is, so say I know what my spiritual gifts are, intuition and healing. Now, those gifts aren't because God's saying, ooh, let me make Kerry special, right? That's not what a gift is about. A gift is something where God gives me so that I can give it to his other children, to others around me. And then God can extend through me. So yes, I'm a healer, but it's God who's doing the healing, right? God is extending himself through me to his other children. And now these children are healed, they're happier, they're feeling better. They go out in the world, they're happier with their family, with their coworkers, extending love. And that love extends out, 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 and out. That's how God works. So a spiritual gift isn't a gift for me, it's a gift so that I give to others, and God extends through me to them, and it extends out into the world. And there's a never-ending chain. That love that you give, or the healing that, say, I give to someone, can extend across the whole world, right? Because we all touch each other, we're all connected. So every act like that can extend all the way to Russia, all the way to the Ukraine. Now, this is just me, right? The more of us who do that, the more of an impact we're going to see on the world. And you might say, well, I don't know what my spiritual gifts are, or I don't have a spiritual gift, or I'm not aware of it yet. We all do, right? If you're not aware of it, then it's just love, right? Extending love. Yes, it's easy to love a baby or a puppy, right? But extending love to strangers, to those that maybe you feel don't deserve it, right? And understanding, compassion, those type of things extend out as well, just as much. We all know if someone walks in, they're in a good mood, you're like, woo, all of a sudden you're in a good mood. And then that extends. Now you're bringing that happiness somewhere else. Now the opposite is true. And this is another way. Well, first of all, let's look at it, right? The darkness. So the darkness extends through us just as much as the light, right? And probably more so because we get hit with so much darkness overall, right? In the news, in the media, in the newspapers, right? There's fear always getting pumped at us. And you can look at my video, how they try to steal our light, right? So there's different ways. So we are always combating that. So turn off the news, right? As much as possible. But don't take it with you. Meaning let it stop with you. Don't extend it out. So if I'm having a bad day, right? Everyone does. I'm very cognizant that I don't want to go out into the world. I don't want to extend me feeling bad out into the world. If I have to go out, I'll be very careful of what I say, or I really try to transmute it and heal it before I leave the house. And And it's great because we all know, like if you have a teenager and they come downstairs and they're just yelling at you, how easy that can extend. All of a sudden now you're riled up and you go to work and now you're, yelling at your coworkers and now they're bringing that home to them. It extends out. So the most important thing to do is stop it with yourself and don't allow it to extend. And like my daughter has learned that. Like all of a sudden she'll start kind of yelling at me and I'll just kind of look at her and she'll be like, oh, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm taking this out on you. I was having a bad day. So we talk about it, right? We transmute it. We don't just bypass it. We talk about it. We release it. And then she moves on and she realizes she doesn't have to carry that darkness with her. You can let it go. And this is another important note. You probably know people who are really, really kind-hearted, and they would never yell at anyone else or extend it. But maybe I think what happens to a lot is they actually hold it in. So they're taking in the darkness as it comes, and then they're holding it. So this was my mom. I'm thinking of my mom. That's the kindest, most wonderful woman. No one could ever say a bad thing about her. But she took in a lot of the darkness. She didn't pass it on to others, but she didn't transmute it. She held it. And she ended up getting 2 kinds of cancer, and that's how she died. And I know a lot of super kind, wonderful people who get cancer, and I can't help but think that they just don't transmute the darkness when it comes in. They don't extend it, which is good, but you also don't want to hold it in. You want to make sure all darkness, the light will accept all darkness. So you take it, say someone yells at you at your job or something, you don't want to carry it with you. You want to process it, don't take it personally, whatever it is, release it to the light, release it. Make sure you feel better, you feel at peace, you didn't just stuff it, that you release, you feel light. That's how you know you'll feel light, and then you can move on. But make sure, and if you have trouble, or if you don't know what I'm talking about transmuting and processing anything negative, talk to friends who are really good with that, who won't take on your darkness too, right? You don't want your friend to take it on. I have friends I can talk to that no matter how bad we're feeling, by the end of the conversation, we're laughing, right? We get into it, we deal with it, we lighten it, we release it. So neither of us take it on. I'm not just bombarding her. Doesn't just bombard me. We deal with it. If you don't have someone like that, then a professional, a healer, a therapist, something like that will help you release it, because you don't want to hold it in. But those are ways you want the light to extend, for God to extend through you to everyone around you. And it will extend across the globe like a virus, like a really good, happy virus. And then when the darkness does come your way, to not extend that, to have it stop with you, yet not hold it in. Make sure you transmute it. Make sure you get it out of your system and let it stop with you, and don't extend it. So those are my tips. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. And your comments, your likes, your shares are always appreciated. And any subscribers, of course, very much appreciated. Have a wonderful day.